Alrighty, I'm Tyler of Small Fry Fishing, out here on RedFeather Lakes, January 17th, 2022. We're currently on Dowdy Lake, which is the biggest and probably the most popular out of the RedFeather Lakes. Heard reports of 10 to 12 inches. Well, there is 10 to 12 inches of ice. Out here with my dad, gonna see if we could go get some rainbows. Using a little tungsten jig with some wax worms. I got a 13 fishing snitch combo, an 8-pound fluoro. We're in about, looks like about 16 feet of water. So my dad has asked me to tie on a little tungsten jig to his rod, because that's what I caught my fish on. But I tie a knot called the surgeon's loop knot. It's a really simple knot. But basically what it does is it keeps the presentation good. So like if you have a regular standard knot that's cinched all the way to the hook and fish hits it, it could knock it off. So the jig is like sitting straight up and down, or like straight up and down that way. This knot keeps it perfectly sitting. So what you do, you just feed the line through the eye of the hook. Get it, there you go. Then you pull out about probably 4 inches of line, and then you kind of double it over like this and get them close together, and then you make a loop with these 2 lines big enough to fit your lure through. This part is kind of difficult with your line twisting sometimes. But yeah, once you get your loop, you take your lure and you just throw it through the loop twice. Okay, it's through the loop twice, and then you grab your tag end and then you cinch it. If you want your loop higher, you could kind of push it up with your fingers, and if you want it lower, you could push it down with your fingers. But I don't know, I'm just keeping it about probably a jig length, just about a jig length. Yeah, that's the loop knot for you. Nice little rainbow. And that's just on a little orange and yellow tube jig with some wax worms on a jaw jacker. Come on. Little probably 10 to 12 inch rainbow. Okay. There she goes. Finally another fish.
There's one up on the
nice.
It's the orange tube, dude.
It's been a little while since we were marking, and actually come on man. On the orange.
Baby. That orange tube is what it's at.
Orange tube. Shoot.
Look at me. Turn him a little bit.
Alrighty. Little guy.
Orange tube it is.
Down he goes. Alright, so what I'm doing is just have a tiny little tungsten jig with some wax worm. I'm just dead sticking it right on the bottom. I got one, guys. Dad, we were on the bottom. We saw a suspended mark about, I don't know, probably 8 to 10 feet off the bottom. Dad reels up and he had him on for a second. And then he popped off, and then he came to mine and bit it. Suspended. Another nice little stalker rainbow. There he goes. That's just again on this little tiny tungsten jig head with some waxies on it. Another one.
That's like the world's smallest. He went straight to it. He knew what he wanted, huh?
Oh yeah. They're biting now. What is that? This is probably our 9 or 10th fish,
About 10.
probably.
And how many, we've missed twice that.
Yeah, we missed a lot. Just another little stalker rainbow. Let's get a release. Down he goes. Thank you, buddy. Alright, we have another fish on. Just came to the bottom. He wanted it too. He just bolted it at it. Come on, bud. Another rainbow. I'm not complaining, but I was kind of hoping to maybe catch a brookie or brown today. But these are still fun to catch. Down he goes. Got a fish! Hold the jaw catcher. Oh yeah. There we go, finally. Man, this thing gave me like probably 4 or 5 falses. Let's go. Nice little rainbow. On this, I just have a single hook, a split shot, and some waxies. Another one. Just a small little rainbow. Yeah. Come on, buddy. There he goes. On a single hook, some wax worms and a split shot with a jaw jacker. Man, this is fun. This is a really, really fun lake. So, this is my first time ever fishing this, and Dad's first time in a long, long time. And I don't know, we weren't really knowing what to expect, but we just found a spot kind of in the group of people, hoping that they knew kind of what they were doing. And I mean, I got my rod in the water. We weren't even like set up yet with anything. I just put my rod in the water with the sonar, and I don't know, I was setting up my jaw jacker, so maybe like 2-3 minutes into fishing, Dad said he saw one button my lure, so picked it up and hooked it for me. And yeah, and then it was pretty good from like right when we got here, which was about 1:30 to probably like 2:30 to 3:30, and then the bite slowed down from like 2:30 to probably like 4, and then the bite picked up again and we started catching them. Dad got another one on the ice, jigging.
It hit on yours and then went over to mine.
It hit on mine, he said, and then went over to Dad's. It's getting a little bit dark, but another rainbow. Down he goes. It's getting too dark for the GoPro to see, but for sure if we catch more fish, I'll take a picture on my phone with my flash and I'll throw it in the video. But yeah, it was a pretty successful day out here on Dowdy. So yeah, we caught about probably 15 or so rainbows, and we got out here about 1:30, and I would say it's probably 5 to 5:30 now, and we're gonna leave here in probably a couple minutes. But yeah, man, tungsten jigs on the bottom, and then just a jaw jacker with like some wax worms and a split shot, and an atomic tube in orange and yellow worked on the jaw jackers too. But they weren't really liking jigging today. Dead sticking was more the better option. But yeah, thank you for watching.